everyone, welcome to our podcast channel. My name is Shadalia Wistijarna and I am very happy to be your host today. In this episode, we are going to talk about technology. But before that, we have a very special guest here, my classmate Raisa Destiana Shiva. Hi Raisa, how are you doing today?
Hi Shada, hello. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast. I'm doing great today, just a bit busy with our college project. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, we have so many achievements lately and talking about college achievement that bring us to our topic today. We are going to discuss something we ask almost every day for college email. Raisa, to start our discussion, can you explain in a simple way what actually is email?
Well, that is an interesting topic. Email actually stands for electronic mail. Basically, it is a digital method of exchanging messages of letters through the internet. In the past, our parents had to use paper planes, after forms, and send messages, and it took days to arrive. But now, with email, you just click send and the message arrives in 1 second. It is fast, quick, and very efficient.
Yes, I agree. It is super fast, but Raisa, think about it today. We already have WhatsApp, Instagram, and TikTok to send message. Why do you think email is still very important? Why don't people just ask WhatsApp for everything?
That is a very good question, Chandra. People still use email because email is the standard for formal, professional, and academic communication. For example, when you apply for a job, cannot just send your CV to WhatsApp DM. You must send a professional email. The something goes for our university. You see, use email to send official announcement, and we also use email to register our MyBase account, right?
You are right. Imagine sending a job application via WhatsApp that's so like unprofessional. Now let's talk about the patterns. When you open your email, when people do you ask the most for daily routine?
For me as a student, I use the attachment better than most. It's always me to attach file like Word, document, PDF, or PowerPoint slide for our assignment. Another important feature is the subject line. It is like the title of your email. It helps the receiver to know what the email is about before they open it. Oh, and also lock the spam folder because it automatically separates advance from my important emails.
I love the attachment features too. It is very helpful. But email it's not always safe. Sometimes it can be dangerous. Can you tell us about the security risks of using email?
Yes, absolutely. This is very critical. One of the biggest risks email is called phishing. Phishing is a type of cybercrime. Hackers will send you a fake email and they pretend to be someone else, like your bank, Instagram, or even your university. Inside the email, they usually say there is problem and ask you to click a link. If you click it and type your password, the hackers will steal your account instead.
Wow, that is terrifying. I think I have received this kind of fake email before. So what shall we do to protect ourselves? Do you have any tips for our listeners so they can stay safe?
Yes, I have a few simple tips. First, always check the sender email address carefully. If it's look weird or random, do not trust it. Second, never click any suspicious link or download attachment from unknown people. And last, always use a strong password for your email and turn on two-factor authentication if possible.
Those are excellent tips, Raisa. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge about email today. It is really eye-opening for all of us.
You are very welcome, Sydney. I hope our friends who watch this podcast can learn something useful about email security.
Alright everyone, the concludes our discussion about email. Don't go anywhere because after this, Raisa will take over as the host and we will discuss our second topic, artificial intelligence. See you in the next section. Bye bye.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast. Let me introduce myself. My name is Raisa Danusipa, the host for this episode. Today we will be discussing a hot topic, artificial intelligence or AI, which is exactly being used by their students as assessment. Of course, I want to be discussing this topic alone. We are joined by a research person who is also a student and has experience using AI in college. Let's just say hello to our person. Hello Syahda, how are you?
Hello Raisa, hello everyone. I'm fine. It's great to be able to join this conversation.
Before we begin, how do you introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm a study semester student and I use AI quite frequently for my studies.
Wow, so you have some experience.
Not bad. It's almost every week.
What do you think AI is?
AI is a technology that can help a human complete various tasks. For example, answering questions or processing information.
So it's not just robots like in movie.
Yeah, no, AI is also present in application we use every day.
When did you first try AI?
When I was assigned to summarize an articles, my friend suggested using AI.
It's quick right away.
Not bad. I understand the content of the article more quickly.
What do you use it for most now?
Usually to brainstorm ideas, explain material, and create presentation outlines.
So it's quite helpful, right?
Very helpful, especially when I'm unsure about how to start an assignment.
As AI, if given me the wrong answer,
Yes, there's some information that's turned out to be different after I checked it in journal.
so I still have to double check, right?
Right, don't just believe all the answers.
What do you think is the advantage of AI over searching the internet yourself?
AI can summarize information quickly, so you don't have to scroll through multiple pages.
But there are drawbacks too.
Of course, sometimes the source of information is unclear, so we have to double check its accuracy.
Many lecturers say that students today are too dependent on AI, agree?
Some agree if all assignments are handed over to AI, thinking skill can be reduced.
So AI is not a substitution for learning.
No, AI is just an eye.
In your opinion, what is the correct way to use AI?
As into understand the material or find ideas after that work and it's with your own thinking.
Is it okay to use AI for thesis or report?
Of course, as an eye, but the misreference so still come from trusted book or journal.
Very interesting. So students still have responsibility for their research or their achievements, right?
Yes, don't just copy AI, result without understanding the content.
Finally, what your message for students who are starting to use AI?
As AI to learn more effectively, but then lets it make us lazy about reading and thinking.
Absolutely agree. AI is a tool, and we are the one who determine the final outcome.
That's right. I as visually AI can be a very helpful learning convenient.
Thank you for sharing your stories and opinion today.
Thank you. So I hope this was helpful for those who listening.
Thank you. Thank you also to all the listeners to our podcast. See you in the next video. Keep up the good work and use AI usually. See you.
Bye bye.